Good morning. It is Friday, and I am so excited to be talking about our topic today. This is one that I am feeling really passionate about. We've been talking about getting in flow all week long, and today we're going to talk about what it feels like to be in flow. We've talked about resistance. We've talked about finding your tribe. We've talked about all topics around, how to get in flow. Today, we're really going to dig deep into what does it feel like to be in flow? How do you even know when you've arrived? But first, I am Jen Sugarmeyer. I'm your host of Mindset in the Morning. We are here live 5 days a week at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, but it's YouTube, so you can join whenever you would like. And this is about getting intentional with our lives, because when you know better, you can do better. And when we know topics that we're going to face, or when we talk about these things that could happen throughout the day, when they do happen, then we know how to combat them. But it's getting really intentional about our lives. Where do we want to be? And then knowing the tools that are in our mind and talking about the situations that could come up. And when they do, then we know how to navigate them so that we can still hit our goals. The truth is, there are external things happening all the time. When you turn on the news, when you go into the office, when your kids come home from school, and there are things that just put you into a state of frenzy, anxiety, resentment, fear. And that's not when we're in our powerful state. When we have clarity, when we have flow, like we've been talking about all week, when we have that peace, that's when we are in our most powerful state of being, when we can make decisions and we can just be and do. And that is when we are in our most powerful state of being. So that's where we aim to be. And it feels good to be in a beautiful state. Nobody wants to be in a state of suffering. So that's what we are all about. So this is more than just something that, oh, that was nice, I listened to it once. This is starting a movement of mindset intentionality. This is mental maintenance every single day. We all have mental health, by the way. We talk about physical health. We all know we have physical health. This is no different. It is getting our mind right for the day. So we've got tons to talk about. So I'm going to jump right on in. First, I want to go back to yesterday. We are talking about being in flow. And yesterday we talked about our tribe. First of all, I want to talk about my outfit. I was not in flow yesterday. So if you watched the show yesterday, I was wearing this white thing, whatever. I was giving it a try. And I will tell you that being in flow is a full package. It is, how are you feeling holistically? And there was a part of me that was not in flow because I kept looking at this awful shirt that I had that I was like, I'll just try it this one last time. Let me see if I like it. That was not me. That it wasn't. So today I'm back to, this is what I know. I'm comfortable in a tank top and a blue jean jacket. That's me. I feel a lot better. I feel a lot more comfortable. To me, this is when I'm in flow, is when I am feeling like, yes, I've got a $3 tank top on and my $17 blue jean jacket. This to me is comfort. So that shirt yesterday, goodbye. We're not wearing that anymore. Secondly, there were two things I didn't talk about with your tribe. And I just want to make sure that I mention them. So yesterday we talked about finding your tribe. There's two very important things. When you find those people that you resonate with, they are not going to want to be in competition with you. Those people want to support you. There's no competition. They want to support you. They got your back. And they are there for the duration, whatever duration that may be for that relationship, because sometimes relationships are only so long, but they are not going to compete with you. They genuinely are there for you. So I just wanted to make sure that I put those plugs in, because sometimes we find ourselves in a tribe and there's this competition. Well, I look better than she does, or I'm more successful than that person. We're not comparing. These people have your back. They have your best interest. There isn't competition. It's collaboration over competition, and they support you. They will repost your things on social media when you have something going on, or they will donate to your cause, or they will, help spread the word. If you want to start something new, these are the people that you can go to and they say, yes, that's great. Or they may tell you straight up, I don't know, maybe you should, maybe you should think about it a little more. But these are your straight shooting friends that have your back. It's not about them, it's about you. So they love you wholeheartedly. So I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that because I didn't really get to that yesterday. And it's probably because I was out of flow. I kept looking at this god awful thing that I was wearing. And I knew last year I should have gotten rid of it. And I didn't. And I gave it another try and it didn't work. And that's how it is. All right, let's talk about getting in flow. What does it feel like to be in flow? I want you to think about a time in your life that something just was easy. It just flowed right through you. When you were in your zone, it didn't seem difficult. It didn't seem challenging. You were energized by it. I want you to think about what is that thing that came to mind, something that you really enjoy doing. It empowers you when you're doing this thing. Or it's just so natural that maybe you don't even think about it. That right there is when you are in your zone, when you are in flow. Things don't have to be difficult, but I want you to think about the first time that you were doing whatever that thing was. Maybe it's playing the piano. Think about the first time that you were playing that piano. What did it feel like? Maybe a little awkward. Your fingers weren't grazing over the keyboard. Oh, it's such a beautiful instrument. But what did it feel like that first time? Maybe it was a little awkward. It was a little weird. But why did you keep going? Why? Because you wanted it. You wanted to get good at it. Why? What kept driving you? There's something inside of all of us that drives us towards these certain things. And we have a why. Like, why are we doing this? Does it make you feel good when you're playing music? Is there something about it that you connect with your soul and you feel that music, you feel the vibration and it just elevates you? Or maybe you're a teacher and the first time you went to go teach kids, it was kind of like, oh my gosh, there are all these kids around, but you kept at it because it's your job probably. But why do you keep doing it? Because you love children, because you love helping the next generation, because you love seeing these kids grow and develop. Or maybe it's growing a business. And the first day that you said, I'm going to grow this business was completely different than when you were actually in business. Because when you have an idea to when it actually starts going, but why did you keep going? Because you knew your why. You were connected to that why. And it is so important when we want to get in flow that we're connected to the why. If we don't know why we're doing something and we're just doing it, what is fueling us? What keeps us going? What keeps us going on that track versus something else? I've tried things in the past, maybe you have too, that just weren't the right fit. I look at my corporate job and I was really good at it, but I knew that that wasn't my why. My purpose on earth was much bigger, was much different. Let's just say that I had a much bigger impact that I was supposed to make than when I was in corporate. So yes, I was good at it. There were times I was even in flow, meaning It was just natural. It was easy. I didn't have to think about it. I didn't feel this resistance. But there was something inside of me saying, Jen, this isn't it. And as we go through our life, Sun Tzu says, when you know yourself, you win all battles. So there was a piece of me that when I was in corporate, I thought something isn't right. Yeah, I can continue to do this, but what is missing in my life? And I had to soul search. And I knew, honest to goodness, I knew for, let's see, 7 years, 7 years, I knew that something else was out there for me. I didn't know what it was. So I paid attention for those 7 years, honest to goodness. And I said, what is it for me? What else is there that I'm supposed to be doing? Because I knew it wasn't corporate. But I continued to stay and I did the mindset work and I said, okay, I'm going to be grateful for my job. I'm going to, and it took me a while. It took me till I was about 35 to have this realization. So I didn't do this the entire time, but I said, I'm going to be content with where I'm at, but I'm going to continue to tap into myself to say, what is it? What is that thing that's truly driving me? And I'm going to become aware. And so often we're just going through the motions of life. And yeah, we may be good at something, but are we connected to our why? Do we know why we're doing the thing that we're doing? You are an ecosystem. Everything about you is an ingredient to your recipe. Everything. And if you have one ingredient off, like if you forget the eggs in your cookies, if you put too much salt in your cookies, if you forget the baking powder in your cookies, then they don't come out the same way. There is a mixture that is just right for you. And it comes down to everything, including the outfit that you're wearing. This is the intentionality that we need to get clear on. What is it that we want our life to look like? How do we get in flow? And what I wear today may feel different than tomorrow because tomorrow I may be doing something differently. But I will tell you what, I will not be wearing that shirt that I wore yesterday ever again because I was not in flow. My mom, when I first started this show, she goes, "What's up with the jean jacket, Jen? Is that your morning show jacket?" And I said, oh, okay, all right, I need to change this up. But this is me. This is what I love to wear. This or a leather jacket. I have this beautiful leather jacket. And so I wear those two a lot, but I don't really wear it in the morning. That's when I feel in flow. And it may sound silly, but it could be the underwear that you wear. Do you have that pair of underwear that you're like, I have a big meeting, I'm wearing my power underwear? Maybe you do. I have a pair of, I'll be honest, I have a pair of camo underwear and I will wear that when I have a big meeting or when I have something big. It's kind of that like not that I see my underwear, but I just know that it's there. And I'm like, yes, I'm wearing my power underwear today. Like I got my power on or whatever. There's a few that I'm like, these are the power underwear. So what is it that makes you feel good as you are going out? And why are you doing these things? When you know yourself, you win all battles. Are you just going through the motions of life? And yeah, maybe you've gotten really good at whatever it is that you're doing, but does it satisfy you? Does it check those boxes of, wow, this is my thing? Because when it is your thing, that is when you are in flow. And that's what I want for you. That everything in your life, and now granted, there are things that are going to come up that you're like, I hate doing this, but I have to do it. Yeah, always. There are always things that are going to come up in your life and you're like, I don't really like doing that, but I have to do it because they're my children and I have to do it. There will be things that we come across. But that's when we do the mindset work and we change things. Okay, well, I don't really want to be doing this, but I get to do this because not everybody has children and I have children, so I get to do this, and we can put ourselves in a state of gratitude and feel good about it. But is it necessarily the thing that you love doing? Can you make yourself love doing it? Maybe, maybe, but know yourself. Know what makes you feel good when you go out in the day. If you are putting on something and you're like, I just don't, I don't. I sold a truck one time because it didn't make me feel good. I lost a lot of money. I'm not advocating for you to go spend a ton of money. I'm just telling you that when I had that vehicle, I didn't feel in flow. And I was on a quest to make myself feel good about all the things that I did have in my life. And that was one thing that I said, you know what? This isn't it. And so I changed it. I sold my vehicle and I got something that I felt better about. So that's a little more extreme. I'm not saying move, change your vehicle, but become aware of all of the things in your life. Where do you have that resistance? We talked about resistance, I think, on Tuesday. Where do you have that resistance in your life that it just doesn't feel good? And pay attention to it because it's telling you something. It's telling you that something isn't right. Do you need to do more mindset work to it? Or is that something legitimately that just isn't for you? Are the people that you're hanging around, are they for you or are they competing with you? Everything. Start to become aware of your entire life, of all the ingredients that make up you, and tap into your why. And when you are in flow, things will come easy. They will come naturally. You will find the resources that you need to accomplish whatever it is that you're accomplishing. It won't feel like this uncomfortable fit. Granted, you may need to practice a bit before you fully get in flow, but when you're in flow, like you're going to want to practice. It's not going to feel like, oh, I have to practice. It's going to excite you. That's the difference. There are things that I've practiced at and I think, oh, okay, all right, I just have to practice a little more, then I'll get good at this. When you find the thing that makes you happy, you're going to want to practice. It will feel good. It won't discourage you. You know that that is your thing. And I can't tell you what that is. That's you to get quiet. Get quiet and listen. Listen to yourself. What is it telling you? What is your gut saying? Pay attention to that resistance, because that resistance, anything negative that ever creeps up in your life, is a sign for you to look under the covers and say, wow, what's really going on? What is being told to me? Because we don't want to be in a state of resistance. We want to be in flow where we have clarity. And you know, when you have that perfect cookie, you know, Mrs. Fields sold for $450 million because she has the perfect recipe. I want you to be Mrs. Fields cookie, $450 million, that perfect recipe. So start to pay attention to those things. And when you feel like things are at ease, when they are flowing through you, when you want to practice so that you get better, when you are finally in flow, that is where we need to aim to be. In my jean jacket. That's right. All right. It is Friday. So I want you to do some kind of self-care this weekend, self-care Saturday, self-care Sunday, whether that be the full day, 30 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you can carve out. Take some time, spend it for you. Self-care is so important. It's not selfish, it's a necessity. So make sure you are doing something for yourself. And if you have a topic you want me to talk about, go to higherinheels@gmail.com. I guess that is not the website. That is the email. email that that email address. Let me know what topic you want to talk about, and we'll talk about it here on the show. So I will see you back here on Monday. Please make sure you like, please make sure you subscribe, and I will see you back here on Monday. Have a great one. Cheers.